We can recycle, discover and connect. It's best for our future. Come on, let's collect. We can recycle, practice and apply. It's not that confusing. You can give it a try. And if you have no clue where you should start, listen to our program so you can be a part.
Asa's Recycling Project, the first step towards a better community. Every Friday on Pearl FM from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Asa!
Welcome, radio listeners and viewers, to the Asa's Recycling Project radio program, where we believe that there is great importance in what our youth have to say. Now, today is a very special day because I have in the studio with me two special young ladies, CHEROA and ZAMAIRYS. Welcome to the program, girls.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. How are you feeling today?
Good.
How are you feeling, CHEROA?
We're feeling okay.
A little nervous, maybe?
Yes, very nervous.
Okay, yeah, I can hear it slowly going away though, because I know you have a lot to say and you feel very opinionated, and so I'm very excited to hear what you're gonna tell the radio listeners and viewers about the topic that we have today. But before we begin, I'd like to take this time to thank the NRF Dutch Disaster Fund for sponsoring our Asa's Recycling Project, and by extension allowing this radio program to be what it is today. Our program is a little different because we will be discussing the theme Be Kind and Make Sure That Mother Nature is Always on Your Mind. And to be honest, I think that this theme is very fitting because today is the 7th of February, which is also known as the month of love, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys a little excited to be on here this afternoon?
Excited and nervous.
Okay, yeah. So tell me how today was for you, like in school and then coming into afternoon school and just knowing that you were coming on the program. How were you feeling, CHEROA?
I was feeling good. I was very nervous this morning about coming to the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
But now I feel very confident and that I could talk better now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And what about you, ZAMAIRYS? How are you feeling today, just coming on here at the end of the day? How are you feeling?
And exciting.
Excited? Okay, yeah, I was very excited to have you guys on here too because like I felt your excitement, especially earlier this afternoon. Like they couldn't stop, like, when are we going to go, so I'm really happy that you all were very enthusiastic, and we'll see how everything goes this afternoon. Are you excited for Valentine's Day next week?
Yes.
Why? Do you guys have like activities going on or anything? You don't have any activities going on?
Not for now.
Not for now. What about you? Do you have any Valentine activities going on next week?
Yes.
Okay. Share.
Next week Friday, Valentine's Day, we having a Valentine's Walkie Friday.
Okay, yeah. So you're excited about that?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So thank you, girls, for sharing, and we'll get right down into this theme, which is be kind, make sure that Mother Nature is always on your mind. When you hear this theme, what do you think it means, ZAMAIRYS, when you hear about it?
I think it means to don't throw garbage on the road and be kind, and to be kind to others.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And what about you, CHEROA? When you hear be kind, make sure that Mother Nature is always on your mind, what do you think it means?
Well, as Mary said, to not litter and keep nature clean.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Do you all think that it's difficult to always have Mother Nature on our minds as people?
Yes,
Yes, why do you think that is?
because some people I just see that they just throw garbage all over the road.
Okay, yeah, so it might be difficult for them. But why do you think that they just throw the garbage on the road? Why do you think it's difficult for them?
Because they think that people could pick it up for them and throw it in the garbage.
Oh, okay. All right. And what about you, Chinua? Do you think it's difficult or do you think it's easy?
Well, it could be easy because for me, I care a lot about nature, and I don't really like to see garbage being thrown on the ground. And I think it's easy for people to understand why it's good to not throw and litter in different parts of areas. And sometimes people get carried away with different things and they don't really think about it.
Okay. All right. What are some of the ways that we can be more kind to Mother Earth? What are some of the things that we can do as individuals to make sure that Mother Nature is always taken care of? Anyone?
Make sure that the earth is very clean.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Like to take care of animals and plants and make sure you're healthy. Really, the basic is that not really to litter on the floors, because it brings a lot of damage sometimes, and sometimes it's not good to do that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So one of the things that we could do for sure is make sure that we take care of our plants, our animals, and do not litter. Well, some of the things that we could do. All right. Thank you. And what about eating healthier? What do you guys think about that? Is that something that we could do to take care of our Mother Earth? Do you think that plays a role? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
How do you think eating healthy would play a role in being nicer to Mother Nature?
Well, really,
You're not so sure?
I don't see why it helps Mother Nature, but I know keeping yourself healthy could be a very good idea to do, because the reason why we have plants and trees and bushes, so we could take fruits and eat them, like, because Mother Nature has actually given us those things to live our lives.
Okay, wow, that's actually quite interesting, that point that you bring up. It's like I've never actually looked at it like that either, that these things come for us to eat, so we should definitely eat it and take advantage of that. But all food is made out of these things that come for us to eat, right? So in reality, eating healthy is basically just us taking care of ourselves and making sure that we don't overdo it, would you say?
Well, that's in an eating way, but I don't see why it's good to Mother Nature. I think Mother Nature just gives us the kindness of letting us live with healthy food and vegetables and fruits. Yeah, and that's all I think that Mother Nature really gives us.
Okay, all right, that's an interesting point. I like that. Thank you. do you think that, okay, when we talk about mother nature, right, when we talk about mother nature, we talk about animals and plants, but do you think that mother nature represents us as human beings as well, like being a part of mother nature? Are we a part of mother nature? Do you think so? How would we be a part of mother nature, ZAMAIRYS?
By taking care of the animals and plants.
Okay, wow. Okay. And what about you, CHEROA? Do you think that we are a part of mother nature as individual, as people?
Yes. Mother Nature represents plants, animals, and humans.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about gardening, right? Do you guys like gardening?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you like gardening?
1 to 8.
Okay. All right. And what about you, CHEROA? Okay, so basically I want to know how much you like gardening. Do you like it very much, or do you like it not so much? 1 being not so much and 10 being very, very much. How much would you say you like it?
I would say maybe 9.5 or so.
9.5. Okay, so why not 10? Why 9.5?
Because, well, for me, I don't know, there's something about gardening that I like, but there's so many things I like too, and that's why maybe I would say a half and 9.
Okay. Okay. All right, cool, no problem. So I asked that because I wanted to hear from you if you think gardening plays just as big a role as reducing, reusing, and recycling when we talk about being kind to Mother Nature. When we're gardening, are we being kind to Mother Nature? Is it more important than reducing, reusing, and recycling, or less important than reducing, reusing, and recycling? Gardening.
I wouldn't put it in a way that it will be more or less. Well, recycling is something that you do when you throw garbage, and when you don't really want to throw it, make it be ending up in different places, so you recycle. And now gardening is when you make more plants, and then you make Mother Nature like feel good.
Okay, all right, cool.
And then both of them are the same goodness.
Okay, yeah, so you're saying that you think that it's equally important.
Yeah, it's equally important.
Okay, cool. And what about you, ZAMAIRYS? Do you feel like gardening is more important than reducing, reusing, and recycling, or less important than reducing, reusing, and recycling? And why? More important. Why do you think it's more important?
Cause helping plants is nice, but when you doesn't take care of them, they will dry out and die.
Okay, all right, cool. And if plants dry out and die, what happens? What comes after that? If plants just die, what happens after?
They won't make no more air to breathe.
Okay, all right. That's very important. Yes, oxygen is very important. And what about food that we eat as human beings? Then what happens then to the food? Would we be able to like eat the fruits that we get from plants, or the vegetables that we get from plants, or would we not? If we didn't have them?
We would not eat them.
Okay. All right. So I think on this one, though, I agree with CHEROA that gardening is equally important to reducing, reusing, and recycling, because you can use recycling in the garden. You can make, you can use things that people might throw away otherwise, and you can make different flower pots out of them. You can do different things with those recycled waste or waste materials that then helps you to either reuse them for the same thing or to repurpose them for something else in the garden. So I feel like when it comes to gardening and reducing, reusing, and recycling, they are on the same level. All right. Now, I know that many children around you don't like vegetables so much. Like, they find it very difficult, and even adults sometimes find it very difficult to eat fruits and vegetables, or even to like certain fruits and vegetables. What are your favorite fruits and vegetables, and why, if you have a reason why? Let's start with you, CHEROA.
Well, I'll start with my favorite vegetable, and my favorite vegetable is actually pumpkin.
Okay.
If it is a vegetable.
It is.
Okay. Well, I like pumpkin because it has a sweet taste in it that I really like. And now my favorite fruit now is banana. Well, I like banana because it's sweet and mushy.
Okay, all right. And what about you, ZAMAIRYS?
I will start with my favorite fruit. My favorite fruit is grapes.
Grapes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, and do you have a favorite vegetable?
Lettuce.
Lettuce. Lettuce is your favorite vegetable, for real? Okay, do you find it difficult to eat other vegetables that are not your favorite vegetable?
Sometimes.
Yeah, like which vegetables do you find it hard to eat?
Broccoli.
Broccoli? Really? What did broccoli ever do to you? What did broccoli do to you? I think broccoli is
nasty.
really, no, I don't agree. I think broccoli tastes really nice. Okay, that's interesting. Do you have any other vegetable that you like a lot?
No.
No. Okay, what about you, CHEROA?
I like cauliflower as a vegetable, broccoli, onions. I think I like so it is pumpkin, broccoli, cauliflower, onions, avocado.
Avocado is a fruit, but yes, I love me some avocado too.
I like avocado too, but not so much.
Oh, okay.
I think that would be my favorite vegetable for now.
Okay, all right. Well, you like a lot of vegetables. That's very good. Give me a high five. That's it. Yes. Somebody's give me a high five for liking lettuce. Good job. All right. Yeah. So let me ask you something else, because now I know that Asa decided to start these 1 day a week vegetarian days where they would serve you all a vegetarian meal for lunch, and today was vegetarian day this week. So let's talk a little bit about that. Today, do you guys remember what the menu was? What did you all have? Yeah, let me hear you, CHEROA.
Well, we had salad with some tomatoes, and we had like rice, non-meat rice, just like rice and peas and normal rice, but as I said, it's like rice with non-meat.
Okay, all right. So what did you guys think about the lunch today? Did you like it, or was it like, ugh, why are we eating this? Let's be honest. Let's hear it.
It was delicious.
Oh, you really liked it, ZAMAIRYS?
Yes.
Okay, and what about you, CHEROA? Did you like it as well?
I feel like getting more, but I couldn't.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And what about you, CHEROA?
I liked it. I would say I think I would like more vegetables in it. That's what I liked it, to tell you the truth, but I think I would like some more vegetables in it.
Okay, especially if it's like veggie day, right? Then you should definitely have some more vegetables. Like, I hope that whoever will be cooking the meals would hear this and be like, okay, we'll put some more vegetables in the food. That would be very nice. Well, I thought that it had tasted really good as well. It was actually spinach rice with some black-eyed peas, so it was a lot of vegetables in that rice, and to be honest, because they had like some spinach and some beans was in there, and then you had some salad on the side, so it was definitely really tasty. I agree with you, ZAMAIRYS, and I thought that was really nice. I was actually anticipating veggie day because I thought it was going to be yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday because you all had some it was like chicken no cream,
Like had some little chicken inside of it. And veggie day is normally like non-meat.
So today was veggie day, but I thought it was gonna be yesterday because of the type of food they had. But then I realized that it had chicken in it. So,
and plus we had macaroni pie, a small size of macaroni pie, so that doesn't count.
Right? Okay. Well, noted. So, what do you would you continue to do a veggie day for yourself when you got older? So like, let's say for example right now you have veggie day in Asa, something that we started this year, and you once a week you eat vegetarian food without meat. Would you continue something like this as you get older, ZAMAIRYS? Would you?
Yes, but twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. Is there a specific reason why you would do it twice a week?
Because I want to get healthier.
Okay, all right. Do you feel like a veggie day is only about you and your health, or could it also be about, just taking care of your environment? Do you think that has something to do with taking care of your environment?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, that's good. Do you know what it has to do with it? Do you know why it's important to have some days veggie days as well? Do you know? No? Okay, so basically there is this process of how meat is prepared sometimes that isn't always healthy. So the process isn't always healthy, and the way that it's being carried out is not the best for the environment. So by eating less meat, they have to use this process less. So if a lot of people would buy less meat, then they would have let's say less reason to continue this process as frequently or as often as they carry out the process, which means that it would have less effect that it has on the environment right now. But because it's something that everybody eats and everybody eats a lot of it, then it's the process is happening more often, and then in happening more often it causes more damage to the environment. Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes maybe I don't know if they really clean out the meat, but sometimes there are times when there are some bacteria and different kinds of germs, like when animals get sick and then they just die like that, and they carry it to the meat center, and then they wrap it up to sell. Sometimes it has some kind of disease.
Oh, okay.
That makes people sick sometimes, and that's what I see.
Where did you see that?
I think I saw it on television once.
Okay, all right, that's quite interesting. I think that is something that I would definitely have to look up, because now I feel like I don't really know exactly how that would work, but we'll definitely look that up and talk to you about it somewhere after this. How about kindness to plants and making your own pizza garden? When you hear a pizza garden, what do you think that is? Let me hear you, ZAMAIRYS. Let me hear you. What do you think a pizza garden is? If you hear pizza garden, let's go to the pizza garden. What do you think that would be?
A garden made of pizza.
I mean, if it was me, I would also think that it means a garden made of pizza. But a pizza garden is actually a garden that has all of the vegetables that you would put on your favorite pizza in it. Do you guys have an idea of what kind of vegetables you would want to put on your pizza that would be in your pizza garden? Yes, CHEROA?
Well, I'll start with tomatoes because really because the tomato paste is like the tomato, and I'll say tomato, I'll say cilantro, I'll say maybe I will say, how about olives, and that's my idea of having to put like your favorite veggies on a pizza.
Okay, what about spinach? Like, I really love spinach on my pizza, so I'll most likely put some spinach in the garden.
I would have put spinach and jalapenos.
Jalapenos. Oh, you eat jalapenos? Do you? Wait, no, do you eat jalapenos for real? No, right? No, but I eat jalapenos. And sometimes when you eat jalapenos and like you swallow a seed, it makes you cry. Like it hurts so much. It's so hot.
Yes.
It is. But I would definitely put jalapenos on my pizza. So yeah, kudos to you. I'm thinking that maybe I will do a pizza garden because I love pizza a lot, you know. So it might be a nice idea to do a pizza garden. What do you guys think about that?
I think that would be nice, but I think I have some more veggies to say. Well, I'll say, did I say onion?
No,
okay.
You forgot that one.
Okay, onion. Well, red peppers, yellow peppers, green peppers. That's something like the basic where you put on a pizza.
Oh, is it?
You could have put green peppers too.
Yeah, green peppers. But you know, I don't want no green peppers, no red peppers, no yellow peppers on my pizza. No. I just want the basic tomato, spinach, onions. You can put olives too if you want. And yeah, that's it for me. Mushroom. I wouldn't mind mushrooms on my pizza.
Oh yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So you guys, you know, when I was looking this up and like really checking into it to see like, okay, what would I have to do for my own pizza garden and like how would it go about? You really and truly all of these vegetables, you could grow them in like one box, you know, depending on how your garden is set up, or don't say one box, but like one area, depending on how your garden is set up. So exactly a week ago, I went to a party for a friend, and her party's theme was botanical, right? So one of the takeaways that we got as her party guests, were different containers, and we're able to like plant some seeds to make different plants, different fruits, different vegetables grow. And I chose spinach actually. And yesterday I was talking with my friend, and she had sent me a picture of how her vegetable had grown in that week's time. It was so big already, and mine hasn't grown yet. So I was like, what's going on with my spinach? So it's actually quite funny that we're talking about a pizza garden and doing a garden, because it could be very nice, you know. You set it up, and you get, maybe instead of doing like a dough pizza, you could do like a pita bread pizza, you know. So you have like the bread, and then you just put like the tomato paste on it, and then you go outside into the garden and you just cut all of the things that you need, you wash them out, and you put them on your pizza. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's a really great idea.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about it like it's something that I would like to do. What about you guys? Do you think that it would be something that you would want to do?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what about a salad garden? What do you think a salad garden means when you hear that?
Well,
okay, anyone? ZAMAIRYS, let's hear you.
Well, I think that
A salad garden.
a salad garden is a garden where you just have healthy vegetables.
Okay, all right. And what about you, Chinoa?
I say a salad garden will be like salad, like normally salad that you mix together, and maybe you could call it a salad mix. So really in the salad it's cabbage, tomatoes, celery.
Okay.
I would put celery.
I wouldn't put celery, but okay. Continue.
Sometimes maybe you could put onions.
Yeah. Okay.
That is my idea of making a salad garden.
Okay, and what about like things like cucumber and
Cucumbers, lettuce.
yeah, lettuce, carrots,
Tomatoes.
She said that already. Yeah. So you have like your basic salad. So let's say, for example, you would go into a restaurant and you would order a salad. What would be the go-to vegetables that you would put on your salad? Some ideas.
Tomatoes, cucumbers, a little bit of corn.
Okay, and that would be it? Not good, ZAMAIRYS. Okay.
And carrots.
You would put carrots too? Okay, and you would put lettuce, right? Okay, You didn't mention that, so just making sure. Because I want to know if you're going to have like a dry salad without lettuce. What about you, Chenoa? What would you put on your salad?
Lettuce, cilantro, onions, tomato. It sounds weird, but I'll put mushrooms. I'll put like small pieces of corn. I'll put celery.
Okay.
And did I say onion?
Yeah, you said onions already.
Okay. Well, jalapenos. Okay, maybe, but I don't really like it so much. Oh.
Okay. Well, if I had to go to a restaurant and like make my own salad, and it had like all of these different salad vegetables to go, I would start first with lettuce, right? And then I would go on into the tomatoes.
Basic.
And then I would pass into the cucumbers. And then I would go into the carrots. But here's where it gets interesting. So after putting those basic vegetables in my salad, then I would move on to olives. I would put some jalapenos. Yes, I would. I would put some onions. I love onions. I would actually put a lot of onions on there.
I hate onions.
Okay, but you should love onions. They're like really good. They go with everything. So I would put some onions. I would put some I would probably put some cranberry. Like I would put some cranberry on there on my salad. I would put some nuts too, because salads taste really good with nuts. Like I don't know.
Getting interesting.
Yeah, right. Very interesting. Have you ever eaten a salad with nuts?
Yes. Yeah. Well, really, it's cashews. What I experience with salad and nuts.
Okay.
And just really cashews.
Okay, but did it taste good? Like, did you like it?
It is good, but it sounds kind of weird.
Okay, yeah. I think a lot of people probably would be thinking that right now, listening to this, like, oh God, salad, nuts, like how? But it's actually a really good combination, and I really enjoy it. Salads with those things, but I would really put some black olives too on my salad. I'm trying to figure out if I'm forgetting anything. I feel like I am, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, but I think
and we have this kind of I don't think it's a sauce, but
salad dressing. You mean?
Not salad dressing, like a little kind of juice. I don't know. I think I saw it before, but I don't think it's very new to me for salad. But it's like a kind of juice where you just put a small little bit. Put it fast on the salad, and then done. It's not really like a lot of thing.
Okay, I have no clue what you're talking about.
I know.
If you see it one of these days, and you get to show me, okay? All right, cool. So yeah, you see, if we didn't have gardens and if we didn't think about being kind to our mother nature, we wouldn't be able to get into this conversation and talk about the type of vegetables that we like and how we can grow those into the different gardens. Because look, my favorite junk thing to eat is pizza, right? What's your favorite junk thing to eat? You like pizza too?
I wouldn't say pizza.
Oh, you would say something else?
Well, I don't think pizza. There's something. Well, to me, I chocolate or something.
Chocolate. Okay, but that's not food. That's like candy. I'm thinking more like on the side that it's something to eat. And I like pizza, and I'm just thinking about it like this, like, okay, I can make my own pizza garden so that I don't have to be like buying all the time. I can go into my garden, take out the different vegetables that I want, and put it on my pizza, and boom, I have my favorite thing to eat. And if I want to get a salad, I could do the same. You know, like you can, if we were not caring for our mother nature, if we were not watering our plants, like Zamairi said earlier, they would wither away, and we wouldn't get to be able to have all of these different experiences and do all these different things with our vegetables. I mean, even with junk food, you have like vegetables on it. Like even if you go to McDonald's and get a burger, it comes with lettuce and tomato, right? And onions, exactly. So we need the vegetables and the fruits so we can do what we want to do.
Okay, and this is kind of like a side thing, like a side, like junk, but I think I like fries.
Fries, okay. Well, interesting enough, fries is made out of potatoes, which is
like plant, like a vegetable,
like a ground vegetable, right? So there are so many things that become our favorite things that come from Mother Nature. If we were not kind to Mother Nature, I don't think that we would be able to, you know, have that appreciation for those things that come good, that we all like so much, that we enjoy eating, obviously, right? Okay. I don't know, having all this conversation about like this type of food and all of these vegetables kind of making me a little bit hungry. You too, Zamairys? Yeah,
I feel it right now.
You feel it right now? Okay, so let's kind of switch the topic up real quick so we don't get too hungry. What about animals? Let's talk a little bit about animals. What role does taking care of animals play when it comes to being kind to Mother Nature? Let's talk about it. We are being kind to Mother Nature. Are animals, you mentioned that earlier, but how are animals included in being kind to Mother Nature?
I just forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, so let me ask the question in a different way, right? We all established earlier, because CHEROA said that animals, plants, and even us human beings are included in Mother Nature. We all represent Mother Nature, right? So when we talk about being kind to Mother Nature, we are talking about being kind to animals, right? If we're not kind to animals, what are some of the things that happens?
If you make them sad and lonely, they would die.
Yeah, that's true. But what about if you ill-treat them, if you don't feed them, or if they don't eat what they need to eat? What happens to us as human beings? What happens to Earth in general? Okay, so basically, name me an animal that people eat that eats, let's say, for example, vegetables. Do you guys have an idea of an animal that would eat vegetables?
Rabbit,
right? You ever eat rabbit before?
No.
Oh no, I never eat rabbit either. That's not hard. No.
But you just said name an animal.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true. But do people actually eat rabbit?
No.
Yeah, they do, right? They have people out there that eat rabbit. They have people out there that eat horse. They have people out there that eat even cockroaches, dogs. And, they have people that
they have people that eat dogs.
Yeah, they have a lot of people out there that eat cats, all kind of different
animals. I only know that there is cow, pig, and chicken.
Yeah, they eat goat too. Cow, pig, chicken, goat. They even eat iguanas. And
turkey.
They eat turkey, yeah. And iguanas. Iguanas eat grass, right?
Yeah.
So just think about it like this, right? Iguanas have to eat grass, and people have to eat iguanas. If we don't take care of our environment, if we don't take care of the Mother Earth,
I see what you mean.
Okay.
No, if we don't take care of animals, like give them the correct food they need, we could also like run out of meat.
Okay.
Yes, it's correct.
Like some animals, they like plants, like plants, and sometimes they eat
They
it.
like plants. When you treat them bad, they will die.
That's true. That is definitely true. And you know, right now there is a small crisis with certain animals that were in existence before that are going extinct. And what that really means is that there are some animals that used to be alive, and they have been for years and years and years dying and dying and dying and dying, and just
Name some animals.
name some animals that are going extinct. They have a lot of them, and I can't name like one right now, but I know that there are a lot of them. And what happens is that after many years they just kind of die down, yeah. And that is because of a lot of different factors that come into play that make that happen. And one of the biggest factors is that as a human race, as people, as individuals, we don't keep always mother nature in mind, and we don't always care for our mother nature in the way that we're supposed to care for her.
Because there are many things in the world that human beings make, and they get carried away with it, and they don't really think of mother nature anymore, like as they used to in the past times. And it's just like forgotten, and not really look forward to it anymore.
Yeah. And that can be a very sad thing.
But in the old times, they used to care a lot about Mother Nature and animals and plants.
I think they definitely, because I feel like now people care about it too. It's not like we care about it less than, but I feel like it's just the amount of people that care about it is where the difference is because back in those days there were definitely less people than there are now, and more people cared about their environment as opposed to now, where it's just the small amount of people care about the environment, and then the other people, they care about other things, and you know, sometimes they get distracted, as CHEROA put it earlier, and they just forget about taking care of Mother Nature and being kind to Mother Nature and having patience and making sure that, you know, they're healthy and their earth is healthy so that everything can go as it should go. I wanted to ask you all something else about the nutrients, right? So do we harm trees from getting their nutrients? Do we harm our animals when we harm the tree? Do we therefore harm animals from getting all that they need to get in order to be healthy all the time? Do you guys think so?
Yes.
Okay, why? You don't know?
I just know that the answer is yes, but I don't know the reason.
You don't know the reason. Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I think that what happens is that, okay, let's say for example, when people litter and they do pollute the environment can hurt the soil, hurt the earth, and then, you know, hurt the animals as well. Like we have a lot of animals being hurt. Can you guys think about any examples of animals that get hurt when we do not take care of the environment?
In YouTube, I see a video of a turtle that got a branch stuck in his nose.
Okay. Oh, that must have been painful. Do you have any ideas of examples of how we harm the earth and we harm animals in that process when it comes to not taking care of our mother nature?
Some garbage just go in the sea, and sometimes the animals in the sea, they think that's food and they just eat it.
Okay, and you, CHEROA, do you have any examples?
Well, if we litter around plants and trees, sometimes I think there are some things that go into the soil, and then when the trees collect it, they stop from growing, or there could be many things that they stop getting their nutrients and things that they grow from. And sometimes it's very harmful because when the animals eat it, they might get sick or anything, and then they could start to maybe they could start to die or anything.
Yeah.
And that's how we could get less of animals.
Okay, yeah, I feel like their nutrients are definitely harmed, and we have to really try our best to make sure that we are being nice to our environment so that we do not hurt our mother nature, which is including ourselves. I agree with you all the way. Hurt ourselves, hurt our plants, hurt our animals. We are mother nature, and we have to treat her with love. We have to make sure that she's always in our minds, so that in whatever action we take, whatever step we take, we are being kind to her, which means that we would do things that would benefit ourselves, our animals, and our plants. We are almost to the end of the program. What do you guys think? Did the time pass by very quickly today?
Yes.
Yeah, were you expecting it to be feeling like this short, or did you expect it to feel longer?
Longer.
Okay, cool.
Because I've been experiencing a lot of hours being much longer, and sometimes the time goes very fast.
Yeah, I think this afternoon is definitely one of those times where the time went fast, but I think also because we were having such a very interesting conversation and just kind of, talking with each other and each other's thoughts, then it kind of moved by quite quickly. But before we close off completely, I wanted to know, how have you guys been? How has afternoon school been going from since the year started, 2020 started a few weeks ago? What are some of the things that you participated in? ZAMAIRYS, you could go first.
We was participating in a competition named Heineken Regatta
competition.
It means to make stuff out of recycling.
Okay, and what art pieces did you do, or your group did?
A group did sand.
Okay.
All the boys did rock, and some girls do an aquarium.
Okay. All right, that's awesome. Did you guys do a group project together?
Yes.
Okay, and was there an outcome about that group project? Did you guys find out if there were any winners or anything like that?
We only know that I was in second place, and we won the big group project.
Okay, what was the group project about?
Littering.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, congratulations 2 times, because you win one by yourself and one as a group, so that's awesome. And what about you? Are there any other activities that you all have been doing in afternoon school that you think is interesting that you would like to share?
Yeah, the activity of February for us, our class, we have been doing a puppet show. Now the theme is nurture.
Okay, all right. And how have you guys been doing the puppet show? Like, what's been going on? What is the assignment? What do you have to do?
Some children will bring old socks from home and use them as puppets.
Okay.
And those who don't really want to do that, they make it by paper.
Okay, all right, cool. So what is your group gonna do?
We
you can't remember?
What do you mean by
like what type of puppets? What type of puppets will your group be doing? Would you be doing sock puppets or paper bag puppets, or what kind of puppets would you?
I did sock and paper, cause I'm the mother in the puppet show and I'm the neighbor.
Oh, so you're like 2 characters in the puppet show. So yes. What is the title of your puppet show? Like, how does your puppet show go about? What is it about?
It goes like a girl was troubling CHEROA and her sisters after when CHEROA had kicked the ball so high and the neighbor was screaming at her so bad. after her mother knew and after her mother gave her licks because she didn't supposed to be doing that. The next time she said sorry, and after 2 weeks later she threw a rock at CHEROA and she was bleeding in her head, so she went with the police and explained because she do it for no reason.
Too slow.
Okay, and what about you? Do you have anything to add to that?
Yes. The police also decided what they will do with a neighbor. They decided if she would go to ask the judge what happened or anything, or she would be going to the police station and the police themselves will be asking questions.
Okay, cool. Well, it definitely sounds interesting, and I will be on the lookout to see how the puppet shows go. I want to thank you girls for coming out here, and even though you were a little bit nervous, for just having this conversation with me. I think you guys should give yourself some snaps. Let's give you some snaps. Yeah. And do you have any closing remarks that you want to say? Do you have anything else that you want to say before we close off?
No.
All right, cool. Well, I guess we have reached the end of the Asa Recycling Project radio program for this afternoon. And once again, I would like to thank the NRF Dutch Disaster Fund for sponsoring this project and making this program a reality. And once again, would like to thank the young ladies, CHEROA and ZAMAIRYS, who have come on out here with me this afternoon as we spoke about the theme, be kind, always have Mother Nature on your mind. And yes, we will see you all next week, same time on Pearl FM. Do have a good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.
We can recycle, discover and connect. It's best for our future. Come on, let's collect.
We can recycle, practice and apply. It's not that confusing, you can give it a try.
And if you have no clue where you should start, listen to our program so you can be a part. Asa's Recycling Project, the first step towards a better community. Every Friday on Pearl FM from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Asa!